Hello and welcome to the Surp Show. This is a podcast and a show presented to you by myself, Robert Glover, and this is something that I've been working on. It's a rebrand of the Lifeguard Shack. I had to move some things around to get some things together for myself as the future transpires. And I just wanted to make sure that I touch base with you guys in this episode on how the podcast will be going forward, because I definitely have some things that I would like to say on air, but I can't really say because it's like I have a business thing and then I have this thing. So like I wanted to make sure I separated certain things from my personal matters. And now that is why this show is called The Surp Show, Society Under Robert's Perspective, or Society Under Rob's Perspective, however you want to take it, And that's just what I wanted to express on this show, more than just selling you guys business ideas. Like, no one wants to hear that coming from me. I get it. Like, yeah, I was successful at what I do, but like, I don't want to just try to give out knowledge that is gatekeep and try to explain it to you guys like behind the screen. I would have to do courses and stuff like that, and that's ultimately what I want to move forward towards and help you guys with stuff and come up with business groups. But right now, I'm in like this state of mind where I have to do what's right for me and what's best for me, and I know what I'm gonna do. And this isn't some mental health tick. Like, I don't have mental health problems. Like, and I get it. Like, if you do have mental health problems, I'm not saying that. I even if someone were to say I have mental health problems, I don't believe in that stuff, because it's either you have the ability to think about it or you can not think about it. And that's just how I think about things at the time. And everyone thinks about stuff differently. That's why it's society under Robert's perspective, because that's my perspective on it. Like, honestly, that's my perspective on how people with mental health are. Like, it's like some people use that perspective and they run with it. And it's like, that is, it's a good thing to think about, but yeah, like just take that little bit of knowledge like I gave you and go with it. And with that, there won't be no more Instagram for the Lifeguard Shack podcast. So you can just look at the old Instagram board. I still got the page, of course. I don't know what I'll do with that for sure. We're definitely now just focus on the Surf show and what will come out after that. I'm not gonna be posting more clips either, because I feel like that's like kind of spammy. Like, clips are cool, like one or two every now and then, but every single day I did that, and it just like it kills the audience. The engagement goes down. People look at me like, why is he doing this so every day? Like, and it's a part of the grind, but like, for me, it just doesn't work. I wish it was like a daily vlog almost, because if it was more of a daily vlog, then I would do that. Like, a daily vlog would be dope, because then I could sit there, vlog daily, and you guys just see what my life's like. Like, instead of just sitting here posting a clip every day. Like, a clip is not enough, I feel like. That's why there's TikTok, and that's why there's these other apps that allow you to do that. And I'm just not, you know, I guess with Twitch, I put myself out there a lot, but doing that is like a lot of effort. And this is already a lot of effort. And I'm not saying that I'm lazy at all in one bit, but the effort that you got to put into that is a grind. And I don't, like, I've never had a YouTube channel, so I don't know what it's like to run a YouTube channel to that sustainability to make it do what it's got to do numbers, like, or just to be even a healthy channel that people like, a community where people can grow, a community where people say, "Oh, I like what Robert Glover's doing," something like that. And these things will get better at as I, these things I will get better at as I continue to become a creator and a businessman in my life, but right now I'm just trying to solely focus on certain things at one time while I finish uh what I'm doing. That's the best way to describe it. I would say that's the best way to describe it. And from there, we're just gonna get to some of the topics. That seemed like one of the main topics, but like that was just something having it off my chest about this podcast because like it's just like there's so many aspects to doing this type of business and work, and it can be a hobby. That's the difference. Like I say business, but to me it's like a hobby. Some people are really a business. Some people are really a hobby, and that's just how it is. Like you have to really think: is this a business or is this a hobby? Like yes, a business if you're getting paid. Yeah, it's a hobby if you're getting paid, but how often and how frequently? Like my content, I make sure it's able for people to see. Not someone that's gonna sit here and say, you have to subscribe to this or you have to sub up to get all of my content. Yeah, it makes money, but I just want you guys to see what I'm doing in my life. Like, it doesn't matter to me about, oh, I'm the biggest, or, oh, I'm this, I'm that. I just want a life where I'm comfortable living. And, like, that comes with all of this. That's why I'm not saying that I hated it. I'm just saying that's what happens with this. And it's cool that I get to experience all these emotions and all these feelings as one. And, like, on that grind up, it's the same way because I'm still, like, fighting every day for a spot to be recognized by someone. I say that to say this. Don't get lost in my mix. Like, it's a lifestyle. Don't get lost in this mixed lifestyle. I heard Playboy Cardi say that in a song one time. He said, don't get lost in my mix. I was like, oh my God, bro. That is genius. You know why? Because you don't get lost in someone else's mix. Someone else got way too much other stuff going on in their life for you to keep up with. But you still keep up with it because you know that, oh, well, I have to keep up with this person because they're keeping up with the Joneses. Now everybody's keeping up with the Joneses. I hate that shit, bro. And I just cussed. We can cut that out. But I hate it because it's just like everyone's keeping up with the Joneses. I'm just trying to build something for me. And then once I build something for me, hopefully someone else can take that idea and build something out of what they got and build it up there too. I hope, like, cause like, that's just what I think. It's just like you start thinking these things and you realize other people are capable of building too. So don't stunt your growth. Don't get lost in my mix when you have your own mix to get lost to. Embrace the individuality. Don't get lost in my mixed lifestyle. It's about celebrating the unique qualities and quirkiness that makes us who we are by encouraging people to be themselves, and the cultural trend promotes self-expression and diversity, which can help us use the world in new, exciting ways. And with that, you start to see that, yeah, that the world is different, and you can do so many things in an exciting way that's like, I don't know why you wouldn't. It's just, there's so many aspects of life, and you can partake in what you want to partake in. So don't get lost in someone else's mix when you got your own mix. It's so many spices in the kitchen, but you can only use a few that's gonna make that one dish taste good. But you got them all, So don't get lost in the mix and challenge stereotypes. I love challenging stereotypes. This is what I'm supposed to be. No, it's not. I've dropped out of college so many times, dude. At this point, I'm like, is it cool to drop out of college? Because I've seen so many people drop out of college that they are now on the road to being one of the most successful people there are in the world. And it's just like, with that little stuff, you start to see there's so many aspects of the world that you can come up on. And by breaking free from the aspects that others may have for us, we can redefine what it means to be successful, happy, and fulfilled in our own lives. That's why I say change the stereotype. You don't have to fit in this stereotype that's put up by races, by genders, by anything. Because this world is a free world. Some cultures and societies have their own cultures, but yeah, you can still define yours and how you truly want to define it. And by building connections, although the don't get lost in my big lifestyle is all about individuality, it also fosters a sense of community and connection. By finding others who share the values and interests, we can build deeper relationships and create perspectives on the world around us. And by creating these type of perspectives on the world around us and building these connections, even though you're an individualist, like, it's not that difficult to just reach out. But like, I'm the type, I don't reach out like that unless I know them or I've seen them do something. Like, if I don't haven't seen them do something or don't really know them, I haven't really reached out. That's why DMs are closed. And I wish there was a way to close them on other apps. But that's just the truth. I only reach out to people. Unless certain people reach out to me, I use to have my DMs open. I make good connections that way. I won't say that's a bad way, but they get flooded. And then when your DMs get flooded like that, you don't know what you can really do with it. And, people are trying to equate things that I do on the low and give no recognition to me for it. I've peeped that for a while now. I have peeped that. And this whole concept of the recognition and validation is deeply integrated into our culture values. Not receiving it can be frustrating and disheartening. However, it is important to reflect on why we seek recognition and how it affects our sense of self-worth. I've been around the block for a while, and I can see how, like, recognition goes out and should come in. But, like, just people don't give it out anymore. Like, you really got to be popping to get recognition nowadays. Like, it's crazy, bro. Unless you, like, got a, like, I don't know, a cult following, you're not getting recognition. Like, you can do something good, and no one will even reach out. Like, that's why I still tell people to this day when they graduate, congrats, bro. That's a huge accomplishment. Or, congrats. That's a huge accomplishment. What are you going to do with that? Like, I feel that with a girl, like, or a guy. Like, because that's, or what they go through. Like, I know that grind. That college grind is true. It's serious. That's a real grind. And then you switch back over, and then you see the people that don't really, like, I would say, have this sense of giving. Like, they just want to take. And I don't know if it's just, like, what it is. I've heard it's degenerate culture, but, like, is that really a thing that is happening? Like, I see it every day, and I'm like, this really can't be true, but am I living in the midst of it? Like, is that really what I'm doing right now? That I have to think. And that's why I put out that last episode like that, because I had to really think about it. Like, am I really living in the midst of it? And by embracing and celebrating the diverse interests and passions of individuals, we can create a more exclusive and empathetic society that values personal growth and expression over external validation. Like, I get it. I sound like I just want validation for this, that, and the third, and I just want this, and I just want that. But, bro, in this world, we only live once. I feel that our community should be helping each other's communities grow. And many people engage in activities and purposes that interests are not recognized or valued by society at large. However, these activities may bring personal fulfillment and joy, and should not be dismissed simply because they do not receive external recognition. Like making a cool song. Even though that song doesn't blow, bro, that song, just because you didn't recognition for it, it's still out there. People still listen. Go to a live stream. Go to that. Like, you'll get recognition. Like, that's how I was early in my career. Like early in my career, I remember doing music, and that's when I was like, I didn't really do music. I I did Twitch. I did Twitch first. This is like 2017, 2016. March-ish, May-ish, when I hopped on Twitch for the first time on a different account. And then, like, they got bought out by Amazon, so I guess, like, it doesn't really show my records from back then. But I made that account. I streamed on it. I didn't get any recognition. I just got, like, I had, like, 14 subs. I had, like, 3 people come into my chat. I did it, and I didn't get anything. So then I went to partying, and then, like, I went to partying. I was freestyle at parties, like, when I was really plastered. And I did that for fun. But, like, what really I got recognition for was, like, not doing any of that stuff. Was the aux. Always have the aux at the parties, and always just being on aux at the parties. If I had the aux, the party was jumping. And then eventually I grew out of that phase, and now I'm back into that. Well, what can I do to get more recognition? And I feel like recognition is something key that we all want, and we all are feeding for, and like hoping that we receive. And even if you don't want recognition, and you want to live the low-key lifestyle, I get it. I get it. I'm there too. But, you do certain things that give you recognition. And some people are just that humble that they don't want to receive recognition. But I am one of those people, I like the pat on the back. I like the team mentality. Oh, you did it with me? Oh, I done it with you. Like, that's just how it goes when you're building something. You can't just say, well, I'm going to sort it this way, I'm going to go this way. It just doesn't work like that. And when I look at certain things that happen on the internet culture, I'm like, how could you do it with them, but then you wouldn't do it over here? You know? And it's like, okay, I see what you're doing now. And it's just so, like, deteriorating to society, the way some things are being built and the way that it's happening. Like, it's just so deteriorating to me because it's only going to be worse off for us if this way and these methods and these philosophies that people are bringing out amongst each other are happening. Why not grow together instead of growing against? I've been in both situations, and growing it with each other can be difficult, and you don't receive it as much recognition. But when you're alone, it's the same thing. And I get why people like to be alone. There's stress that happens. There's things in your life that you just don't want to deal with, and people irritate you. But you gotta find something that intermediate and it's of both. Like, I say that to say this. Development or detachment from the world while still using social spaces is something that I have been focusing on. And by doing that, the benefits and the challenges of practicing development from the detachment from the world, while engaging in social spaces, like, in this topic, like, I want to discuss on the impacts of social media, the importance of self-care, and finding a balance between solitude and socialization. Like, when you see this, the ways in which detachment can foster creativity, innovation, and new perspectives by disconnecting from the noise and distraction of the world, individuals can gain clarity and a renewed sense of purpose. No, I've been there in both situations. One time, I completely went off the grid, and it was crazy. Like, I went off the grid. Like, I was just like, I'm just gonna go off the grid. It's the only time I went off the grid. It was during fucking COVID. Like, I never thought I would ever go off the grid, but it was during COVID. When I went off the grid during COVID, I thought the world was gonna end, bro. So I was just like, well, I'm gonna go off the grid now, just see what happens, bro. Those people normally live. The people that are when COVID hits, bro, the people that are off the grid, they normally live during COVID. The ones that are still moving around, those are the ones but we all lived through it. Some people didn't. Rest in peace to those people that didn't. But the ones that did,
are like, you're like, oh my God, where's those people? Like the movie 2012, the guy that's out there in the boonies, all the way out in the boonies, bro. He's out there. He's like, I can save you. He's like, I gotta get my daughter and wife and my ex-wife and her husband, this and that. And they're driving that RV and all of that. Like, that is how I felt. I was literally like, this is what's about to happen. It happened 8 years later. They didn't call it, but then it was like, it was just COVID and it was just a sickness. I thought we were all just gonna get it and then die, bro. But I did at first. I thought like I didn't know. That's what I thought it was. So it really played with me for a while. And like with that detachment from the world, I felt like it was just like, dang, like I learned so much about myself, and I'll definitely go into that at some point. But like, it just was like, dang, man, like I just was so at awe with what I did with myself in that amount of time. I just planned out so much stuff that I never thought I would plan out before. Like, that's how I really got my start into social media, was during the COVID era. Because like I couldn't go outside. I thought the world was gonna end. So I was like, what can I do that's gonna make people start watching me? Like they like at least see me, but while they're all like about to die, you know. But then it didn't happen that way. I guess, you know, we just seek out things that are fun, and that was a very grueling time for America in the world. But for me, it was just like, dang, like, is this like I never had a break like that in my life, and then I've really felt that like I got all this free time. What really can I do? And that is when like things shut down, and that's when I was like, holy crap! Like the world, like everything was happening. Like Black Lives Matter riots, like George Floyd, you guys feel like it was like, what is happening? The year before we lose 3 legends. It's like, bro, what is happening? And then we lose more, and it's like, I don't know what's going on. Like I was shook. 20 to, I think it was 20 to 21 or 22. I was shook, bro. I just got out of it. Like I was like, from 20 to 21, I was like, dang. Like that was a crazy time, bro. That was such a crazy time. And when I look back at it, it's like, are we still in those times? Because no one's acting the same anymore. Everyone has changed. And if they say they haven't, they are damn fool. Because I have noticed everyone has just changed. Some people are the same, but nigga, everyone has changed. Just simply off the fact that everyone is now just, it's just different, you know? And the introspective of detachment and social justice, the topic explores the ways in which an individual can detach from social norms and expectations of the status quo and promote social change. This also deviates into importance of community and collective action and creating a more just and equitable world. You know, that's what I really think it comes down to. And with that, you kind of just get the sense of what I'm saying a little bit. Because that's what I really think it comes down to. Like, ultimately, that's what it really comes down to, you know? Is you can do so many things, but detachment from the world sometimes, or just from what you need, it can be beneficial. That's what I'll say. It can be beneficial. While detachment from the world can be beneficial, try to find inner peace with you and those around you for a sustainable future is something that's also key. Like, I'm not one to sit here and say I'm on my high horse. I will never be on my high horse. There's people on higher horses than me. So when I'm on my high horse, their horse might have a bronco in it. Their horse might have a horse girl in it. The horse, all those factors behind that horse, and I just have a horse because I just got money and bought a horse. You know, that's what I'm saying. those two elements of them being a horse, like a bronco, and then they have a horse, like, bro, come on. And if a bronco is even a horse, it's like, I just know the truck's a bronco, but I'm thinking, like, they have a bronco horse, a horse that's like fast as a bronco. And then she has a horse that's godly. Like, I just got a horse because I just have a horse. Like, that element is like, you just gotta find inner peace around you with those, and just find a sustainable future for yourself. And it's important to have self-reflection. Discuss the significance of taking time for your self-reflection and mindful practices in order to find inner peace. Emphasize how these practices can lead to a greater sense of self-awareness and help individuals build stronger connections to those around them. You can do that, and so can others. Like, when you do that, it makes so many elements of your life better. These practices that you do on your own, however you find your inner peace, do that around others, and hopefully they'll find it with them. I find my inner peace by just being alone sometimes, or being with people, There's certain, like, I can play the game for winning. I like winning. That's how I find my inner peace. And that's how I find it with others, too. There's certain things I like to do that help me find my inner peace, And embracing diversity. Highlight the importance of embracing diversity and promoting inclusivity and community, as this fosters a more harmonious and sustainable future. I can't really speak. I'm getting prepared for something coming up next week, so I'm a little toasted too, so we'll just say that off the bender. So yeah, we'll go with that. I'm off the bender. Discuss the benefits of having an open mind and accepting different perspectives and ways of life, and how this can lead to a more compassionate and understanding society. And while doing that, take action for change. Encourage listeners to take action towards creating a more sustainable and peaceful future. This can include engaging in community activities, supporting local organizations that promote diversity and inclusion, and taking steps to reduce their own environmental footprint. Encourage listeners to spark conversation with those around them and work together towards a shared vision of a better future. And with that, I hope that everyone gets a better understanding about where I'm coming from and what I'm just trying to implement into you guys, because ultimately, this world is what you make it. And yeah, I'm out of here, everybody. Take that with a grain of salt. This was a great convo. The Surp show will be continued. You know where to find me. I will see you again. I'm out of here. Peace.